Governments in the US, Europe, and other countries require automakers to achieve specified fuel economy standards in both passenger cars and commercial vehicles. In the US, the CAFE standards were originally passed in 1975 and have been tightened several times since. In 2007, the standards were updated to require a 40% increase in fuel economy by 2020, and even higher increases are expected in the future. In Europe, the fuel economy requirements are even tighter than in the US. Other countries, including China, also have fuel economy requirements in place. Automakers around the world are searching intensely for any way possible to achieve higher levels of fuel economy. One way to increase overall fuel economy is through more fuel-efficient axle oils. This is an area where Lubrizol is uniquely positioned as a market leader, and we have the laboratory capabilities to test and validate fuel economy improvements. Let's look more closely at these testing capabilities. Ultimately, CAFE testing is done using Federal Test Procedure 75. This test was actually designed to test light-duty vehicle emissions, but it's also used to certify fuel economy. FTP 75 simulates a driving cycle that includes both city and highway driving conditions using an average driving speed of 21 miles per hour and a maximum speed of 56 miles per hour. While this test provides a good measure of overall vehicle fuel economy, it's very difficult to isolate the effects of just the axle oil, especially for commercial vehicles. Lubrizol has developed several alternatives to the vehicle test to isolate and measure the effects of axle oil on fuel efficiency. One such test is our CAFE simulation test. It uses an axle coupled to a dynamometer on a test stand. The axle is driven by a 7.4-liter V8 engine. The axle is operated through a total of 16 different stages, varying the loads and speeds during each stage, with higher axle speeds and pinion power as the test progresses. These stages were designed to simulate the conditions tested in FTP 75, which include both city and highway driving. Testing has demonstrated that CAFE simulation results correlate to FTP 75, enabling us to test the efficiency of axle oils with confidence. Following the test, the oil temperature profile and efficiency data are downloaded, and the axle efficiency calculated for each stage. That data is averaged to provide an overall percentage figure. For a standard axle oil, an SAE 80W90, the overall efficiency is 96.2%. This figure indicates the percentage of power that was transmitted through the axle. The higher the percentage, the more efficient the axle oil. 100% would indicate that there was no power loss. Evaluating an SAE 75W90 fuel-efficient oil in this test, the temperature profile was lower than the standard oil, and the overall efficiency was calculated as 97.01%. This increase of 0.81% in efficiency between the two oils is statistically significant and represents a measurable improvement in vehicle fuel efficiency. Axle oils have been proven to make a measurable improvement in vehicle fuel efficiency. And as oil marketers and automakers strive to capitalize on these efficiencies, they rely on Lubrizol for this testing expertise.